But in this case, it doesn't say that they have to, but they can. They are authorized to issue that citation to the owner of the vehicle if they're not driving it.
All right. Thank you. Do you have any questions? Number 17.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. It's just would be the owner, not just a passenger.
No, this states that they have to be the owner of the vehicle.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
Any other questions? I see none at this time. I'd entertain a motion.
Make a motion to pass.
We got a motion and a second. Any discussion? All in favor, say aye. Aye. All opposed? You have your bill. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Chairman and the committee, for the quick work.
Okay, our next bill is House Bill 339, and if he'll, Representative McLean, if he'll go to the podium and explain the bill, and for everybody's information, this bill was actually heard in this committee and passed out last year, so if it will be the will of the committee, we probably will vote on it today if it's the will of the committee.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, and thank you, committee. Yes, as you all know, the bill I'm looking at is LC 392124. And you're correct, Mr. Chairman, is that this bill did come out of committee. We did not change anything. This tag is for, it's the Georgia Alabama A&M. This is the copy of the tag. Georgia Alabama and Alabama A&M, roughly their population at the school is roughly about is second. When I say second in enrollment, and what I really found out recently is a lot of our teachers from Georgia go over to get their education there, as well as engineers. In fact, I was at a meeting the other night and found out that they're big in forestry at Alabama A&M. But what the problem is that these funds will stay here in Georgia to help. Well, they will be for Georgia kids,
Georgia
students to go to Alabama A&M to come back to Georgia to teach our kids, or either to be in the forestry, or either be in the nursery school, things of that nature. And I'll be happy to take any questions.
Number 17.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Thank you, Representative. Line 15 and 16 says such special license plate shall include the phrase "Go Bulldogs" in lieu of the county of issuance. Do you think that could be misleading?
No, only sometimes people can, but you got to realize there's more than one Bulldog, there's more than one Falcon, there's more than one Hawk, and what they were trying to do was, since it is for Georgia, and it wouldn't be a county like Richmond County or Gwinnett County or DeKalb County, it would just be they would have something that would be Georgia related.
All right, and everything that's satisfied with the DOR as far as the pre-sale of the 1,000 plates, all that's been taken care of.
In fact, all that was taken care of. The pre-sale of 1,000 plates had been already taken care of. The $25,000, bond, all of that one was presented in the packet. So it's only thing's missing is for us to approve it for them to help with the scholarship program, because there are some Alabama A&M tags, but they don't receive anything to help the students go to Alabama A&M.
All right. Do we have anybody signed up would like to speak on this bill? Or?
I do have the president here if y'all would like to. Alabama, you have Jermaine Raft. I don't know if he is the president of Alabama A&M of the chapter here that will try to make sure. So
since he came, if he would like to
come on up, Mr. President, because again,
say a few words.
Yes, because that way I think when we talked the other day, it was good to know what all they do there. Say your name.
My name is Jermaine Ralph. Thank you for allowing me to speak. I actually went to high school here in Georgia at Riverwood. Then I went over to Alabama A&M. What I found out is our number one degree is education. So many students come from here, go over there, go to school, and Georgia is the second, outside of the state of Alabama, we are the second highest enrollment at Alabama A&M. And one of the things I looked at when I thought about this and helping students, my wife is from a rural county in Alabama. And one of the things we talked about, when you're in a major city, Birmingham, Atlanta, New York, there's usually funding for schools. It's when you start to get out to the rural areas is where the funding seems to taper off. So we want to make sure that everybody has an opportunity to advance themselves and get an education.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Representative McLean, I see no further questions at this time. I would entertain a motion. Do pass. Do we have a second? Second. Motion and a second. Any discussion? Hearing none. All in favor, say aye. Aye. All opposed?
Thank you, Mr.
Motion
Chairman.
passes. And this meeting is adjourned.